We have already covered the sixth one. Then later on, Sternberg, S-T-E-R-N, B-E-R-G, Sternberg had told us that there is a type of intelligence which is being called as practical intelligence. Practical intelligence is the one which has analytical intelligence and creative intelligence. Means that practical intelligence, if for example you are going through with the course of psychology, but how you are using it, although you have gone through with the theories, although you have gone through with the understanding of the different human behaviors, but how you are utilizing it in your daily life, how you are practically going to implement those theories into your daily life. As for example, understanding the motivation, how you would take it when you talk about the actual situation or the actual scenario, how you can motivate yourself. You have gone through with the theories of motivation. You have understood that how motivation can be improved. So the practical intelligence would help you to apply whatever the understanding you have developed while going through with the theoretical aspects, how you are going to apply and use it into the real life scenario. So that is practical intelligence. So according to Sternberg, practical intelligence help you to utilize whatever you have stored in your mind, whatever the information you process, whatever the information you collected, you've stored that in your mind, how you are utilizing it rationally to face the challenges of the world, to face the challenges of the situation. As for example, over here we can take the example of pandemic. Pandemic helps you maybe the whatever the information you have taken from the media or from the net or whatever the channel you have taken the information, how you are utilizing it in facing these challenges of pandemic which you are going through with. So this is practical intelligence, that the utilization of the information. If for example you are being told to wash your hands, to take care of your hygiene, so if you are really taking care of these hygienes and washing your hands, and also your loved one you are taking care of, you are not just going outside just to have fun, you are following all the SOPs, so this means that you are practically using that information which is being delivered to you. So that is practical intelligence. Those people who are following those SOPs, they are more intelligent as compared to those people who just simply say, oh, it doesn't matter, it doesn't make any difference to us, we are very strong, we can go through with this thing. And if they are not following the SOPs, we can say that they are not intelligent or less intelligent people as compared if they are following those suggestions which are being given to them by the World Health Organization, by the doctors, by the people who knows more, by the scientists who are working on this pandemic, on this COVID-19 virus. So they are giving you the information, and if you are following them up, so it means that you are more intelligent as compared to those people who are not following them. They are less intelligent as compared to those people who are following those SOPs. You also might have heard about the emotional intelligence, as we have already covered it in our topic of emotion. So emotional intelligence also helps you in your intelligent understanding of these situations. Okay, so emotional intelligence is the ability to process, to understand, to reason, to apply, to act upon, which we have already gone through in the chapter, under the chapter of emotions. Now we are going to discuss about that how we can evaluate or assess or measure the intelligence. Sir Francis Galton, I've already discussed with you that how he had measured the intelligence, and he measured the intelligence by the head sizes which had been negated by the other people. Then came another assessment later. It had been taken by the Terman and being taken by Binet. B-I-N-E-T, Binet. Binet had work on intelligence as such that he being asked by the school system of France that they are facing, the France government asked Binet. Binet was a psychologist, B-I-N-E-T. Binet was a psychologist, and the French government asked him to just find out what are some of the problems in the school system of France, that the students are not reaching to that level which is the desired level. Mind you, at that time, just for your information, I want to add that at that time there was no proper age criteria of entering or enrolling into the school as we have nowadays. As for example, at 5 years of age, we are being enrolled or registered into the first class, class 1. But at that time, when the Binet had been asked to find out the problems in the French educational system, at that time no such kind of rules had been followed. Any child can enter into any grade. As for example, 8-year child can also be in the first grade and 5-year child can also be into the first grade. So Binet was asked to find out the problems, and what Binet had found out that it is not only the IQ which is a problem, it is about the chronological age, the calendar age. Chronological age means calendar age. The calendar age also matters, because a 5-year child would never be having those experiences and exposures which an 8-year child would be having. So there will be a difference in understanding of a 5-year child and an 8-year child. So how come they would be taking the same level if, for example, they have different experiences and exposures? Because 8-year child would be having 3-year more exposure than the 5-year child. So he would be understanding the things in a better way as compared to a 5-year child. So what Binet had done, that Binet had taken not only the chronological, means the calendar age, but also the intelligence, the mental age of the child, and tried to design certain tests at the level of different age levels, okay? At different age levels. For example, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. He tried to find out that at 5 years of chronological age, calendar age, how much a child would be having the level of intelligence. So he tried to find out those things. So what he did, he tried to find out the level of intelligence at age 5 and age 6 and age 7. I'm talking about the chronological age. And he worked on the mental age, that what would be the level of intelligence at age 5 calendar age, age 6 calendar age 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 and so far so. So he tried to relate the mental age with the chronological age, means the calendar age, and he designed certain tests for each and every age, and later on he even divided the intelligence according to the months. If, for example, he designed a test for age 5, then he had designed 10 questions for age 5, and if the child completely did correctly all the 10 questions, attempt the 10 questions and correctly did it, so he would give the 6-year age test and try to find out that the child who has equal 5 years of age and equate to the 5 years of mental age, if given the 6-year age test, and if he can do 1 or 2 questions of that test also, so it means that the child has more mental age as compared to his calendar age. But if, for example, a child couldn't be able to complete the test of 5 years and he failed to attempt 2 questions into that, so maybe the child can be taken that the child is not fulfilling the criteria of 5 years of mental age, but he turned out to be 4 years and maybe 10 months or 9 months old according to his mental age. Okay, so this is how Binet had designed the test, and later on Terman had associated with him and revised the test and worked upon it. And nowadays you always if you are going to search on the Google, you would find that after every 2-3 years or 4 years there always comes the revised version of this test, which is Binet intelligence scale or Binet Simon intelligence scale. You would come to know that every after 2 or 3 or 4 years there comes a revised scale being related to the Binet Simon or Binet intelligence scale.